Is it hard to access affordable, healthy food? Then listen carefully. Daryl Addison, an African-American inventor, has patented a process for growing food on demand. He called it Torpedo Pot. Torpedo Pot is a fully automated flower pot that gives you control over your plant's environment. All you do is add soil, seeds, and plants to the flower pot and watch it grow. Yes, Torpedo Pot grows the rest. Visit www.torpedopot.com.
Hello everyone, it's me, Demetra Kaye of the Demetra Kaye Show here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News Channel. If you could please do me a favor and subscribe to all channels and like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So this past weekend, the city of Houston hosted their gun buyback program, sponsored by that of One Safe Houston and Houston Police Department. And some of the people that showed up was that of Mayor Sylvester Turner, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, and Commissioner Rodney Ellis. Check this video out.
There are way too many guns. And as we put more police on the street, they are being confronted by guns. And there are too many guns in the hands of that population.
And those participating say they hope to be a part of the solution.
This is a program that will work, but it takes an effort of the community to actually come out and participate.
But not everyone in line thinks it's an effective program to reduce crime.
It's not the answer at all. It's just it's a good opportunity to make a few dollars.
But a question is, what is HPD going to be doing with all of these guns? We're told once they are bought back, they're going to be taken to a storage facility. Well, they'll be checked to see if they were either reported stolen or used in a crime. But if that gun checks out, we're told they will all be destroyed.
It's amazing how people can talk about everything they think that causes crime, but they don't want to talk about the number of guns.
I wish they would do it maybe once every 6 months. That would give other people chances to get rid of their weapons that they don't want, because some may not want to do it now, but in 6 months they may want to.
So as you saw and heard there, Mayor Turner said that there are too many guns on the streets and police officers are having to deal with it. And Commissioner Rodney Ellis says that there are too many guns as well. And I don't want to hear about anything else causing crimes. I want to talk about guns causing crimes. Well, this initiative, if you will, was held at that of Wheeler Ave Baptist Church in the 3rd Ward of Houston. Now, they said they collected 845 guns and they gave away $100,000 in gift cards because people selling back their firearms could get between $50 to $200 in gift cards. All right, and so Commissioner Rodney Ellis says that he feels like it's the guns that cause crimes. Well, let's think about this logically. Does a gun cause crimes because it doesn't have any power on its own, right? Or does the person behind the gun cause crimes? Well, I would think it's the person, right? And so if you think about the person behind the gun, I would think we need to ask a couple of questions, especially since, you know, they like to have these gun buyback programs in our neighborhoods, because that's where the Wheeler Ave Baptist Church is in the 3rd Ward of Houston, which is said the hood, right? And so does that person come from a neighborhood that is dilapidated in resources, meaning that there are no jobs, money, and, you know, where there's no jobs and money, typically crimes are high, right? And we also know that we are going through super high inflation, the worst since the 1980s in the Carter administration, and that wages are low. It is also said that when America catches a cold, the black community catches the flu, which means that it's that much worse for us, right? And so instead of giving $100,000 in gift cards to people selling back their guns, and let's just keep it real, they've had gun buyback programs for years all over the nation. And has that cut down crime? No, it has not. Now, have they had a let's give you some money program in the neighborhoods? I don't think they've done that ever, you know, maybe here and there. I don't know, but I don't know if they've ever done that. But it seems like they could have given that $100,000 to the people in the communities, because it is said that it only really takes a couple of $100 for some households to do better, right? And so did that person who, you know, that's committing the crimes per se with these guns, did they come from a household where maybe their mom and dad are not at home for a whole host of reasons? Maybe they're working, maybe somebody's in jail, or whatever the case is. Maybe they're on drugs, because there's a lot of despair in the black community. They never want to talk about, though, how those guns get in our community, and they never want to talk about, you know, a whole lot of other things that plague our community. And so Rodney Ellis is super wrong about that, talking about guns cause crime. No, the lack of resources and people cause crimes. Let's just keep it real. And he also said in another video that after Uvalde, Texas, the incident in Robb Elementary where the gunman went in there and killed over 20 students and teachers, he says that, you know, I felt like we should do another gun buyback program before school starts. So it was like, well, why didn't you go to Uvalde? Or if you think about what happened in Buffalo, where 10 of our people were killed at the Top supermarket. The shooter came from Conklin, New York, and it's predominantly white. Same thing with Uvalde. Why didn't you guys go over there? Because we know that the school shooters are typically white men. They come from white neighborhoods where their white parents have a whole lot of arsenal in their homes. And a lot of times we hear about that's how these shooters got the guns. And so you're in our neighborhoods trying to take our guns, but you're not in the white neighborhood trying to take their guns. And so ask yourself this: why are white communities hosting gun conventions, but in our community, they're hosting "Give us your guns, Negroes"? Think about those things, right? And so I don't think that gun buyback programs are as effective as other things. You know, and a lot of those people there were Democrats, and I would venture to say probably all of the people there that were Democrats, the mayor, the commissioners, the representatives, and the city council people, all Democrats, and most of them black. So we should ask ourselves as voters, why are we voting for people who want to alleviate us of our guns and not put real, tangible resources in our communities to make them better? We really should be thinking about those things during the midterm and say, you know what, we're tired of the gun buyback programs. We need y'all to actually do something that's going to alleviate crime. And you guys can do it. You just don't want to. Don't show up here with $100,000 worth of gift cards for people who want to sell back their guns. Show up with the money and just give it to the people. Now, the other thing that should be said, too, about this gun buyback program, they said, no questions asked. We won't ask you a question. But then if you notice, they said, well, once the police examine the guns and make sure they're good, basically making sure there's no crimes committed with these guns, then they'll go and they'll do whatever they're going to do to the guns. And so is it really no questions asked? Or was that what you was telling people to get the guns? And so did 145 guns get turned in legitimately? I don't know. People are saying they're kind of questioning that. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think about this. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.
Hey family, make sure you join us on the new and improved AfricanDiasporaNews.org. Now, it is our uncensored and raw truth website. We have to make sure to have our own website because on social media platforms, they do have rules, and at any time they could change a rule and shut a whole genre down. Now, that would not happen to us because on AfricanDiasporaNews.org, we can speak the truth. We don't have to hold back. So make sure you join our website today.